Hello and welcome back to part 3 of everything you need to know about power carving. I figured it'd be easier for me to just walk you through these steps as opposed to sitting down and talking to you about it. So what I'm doing right now is I'm working on the bottom. I'm just arching the very center. I'm making sure not to touch the outer edges. I'm going to come back later with the orbital sander and hit the outer edges on the bottom and the top. That's the only spot that I use the orbital sander. Now, it took me right under 50 minutes to completely sand this bowl out, which would have taken me probably double that time before whenever I first started. So it's all about purchasing the right tools, and that's what this video is all about. Now, you want to spend most of your time with the flat disc and the 80 grit sandpaper, getting out all the scratches. Just you want to look it over really good because you don't want to end up going down to 220 and noticing that you have to take out more. Now, when you cut with the carbon tools, you're going to notice that the grain kind of pulls apart in certain areas. You really want to take the time to sand those areas down. It'll look like a defect in the wood, but it's really not a defect in the wood. If you keep sanding it, it'll eventually come out. The only thing you really need to know about the flex sander is whenever you get into the corners, you want to put the tool on an angle. If you don't, it seems to kind of slide off and it's going to tear the sandpaper up. And I really like this tool because I used to have to use an orbital sander and barrel sanders to try to get all these gouges out of the piece. And you can see this thing does a really good job in a short amount of time of getting out all these gouges. So it's really been a lifesaver for me. Now, I always round off my corners by hand, and the reason why I do that is because when you use a power sander, it's going to make the corners uneven. I just feel like it's a better look when you do it by hand.